All right. It rained again yesterday. Let's check. I don't even know. It poured rain. Let's see what we got. I don't like what I'm seeing already. So, yeah, sure. That would be, what, another 2.5 inches? So great. This is, well, this is like would this be 2 days since I filmed that plow bottom challenge video, and we emptied 2.5 inches out then, so that's nice. Yeah, 550. I got tired of it sitting over there, so I loaded it up and brought it back. So our first order of business today is to get this off of here, and we're gonna do that right after this. Welcome back. If you haven't seen my videos before, you're probably of a higher intelligence level than most, but I'm Ross the Oliver Man. And this here, which I'm trying to do 2 things at once. Get out of there. Oh no, don't go. Oh, okay. This is my little 550. Took it over to Dad's, and then sadness happened. As you can see, it just didn't want to do the thing, you know, as in it broke a spindle. And I see that loader is gouging into the new trailer floor, so that's awesome. It was a trick to get it loaded up on here because of the way that it's balanced now. And since the loader is not a 2-way cylinder loader, you can't lift up on the loader because it'll just pull the loader out. So you got to lift up on the front of the tractor frame. Yeah. Let's lift the loader a little bit off of the floor so we can get our ramps put on and whatever. Now, another interesting thing to note, it must have stormed when it rained yesterday. It did storm pretty hard, but it stormed hard enough to blow this open, I believe, because it was closed when I got home. So that's nice. Take a knee. And you'll see what that does by lifting the loader. It does that right there. Yeah. You see a problem here? Possibly. Let's shut it off. I'm just going to take another loader and pull it off of there. If I lift the front of that tractor up and put this loader back down so it doesn't spear the tractor, it will work because I did it. That's how we loaded it. But of the dog sitting there relaxing in the breeze. Now we're going to let this loader back down. Whoop, that's not what I wanted. Which should let that back down. Kinda. Sorta. I really don't know where this video is gonna go, but I was hoping it was going to cut hay there. But I thought I'd get this out of the driveway first. But it's hard to say what will become of this. My prediction before we even start is that I am either going to puncture a tire or I'm going to destroy that exhaust. Either one of those would be acceptable. I'm pretty sure that's going to happen. I'm actually wondering if I put it in I'm going to put it in a high gear so that it's not totally in neutral. Oh, geometry. That wheel is off the ground there. But I'm hoping I can just keep inching it forward. Kind of like that. And then back it up a little more. Come on off of there, you. Oh! Absolutely do not try this at home. I shouldn't have to tell you that, but back and forth, back and forth. Good at predictions or what? Brand new tire junk. I did real good up until the last minute, and then that was all she wrote. So I guess I'm getting a new tire. Oh, I tell you, the stuff I get into, it's ridiculous. All right, well, where are we at? I don't know. I'm ticked off about this. This should have never broke to start with. That ticks me off that we were far away from home and had that. It ticks me off that I had just punctured a tire, so that's fine, you know. Why have nice things, you know? That really sucks. It's got about a 1/4 inch hole in it. And it's practically a great tire. Whatever. I'm just gonna look the other way. I've had enough. Well, now that the trailer's empty. Oh, that was stupid. But I forgot when I went to that auction several weeks ago, I had bought a fuel oil tank for like $1. And I forgot to pick it up. It was sitting next to that little trailer, and somebody else was right in there loading stuff, and I just forgot about it. So I'm gonna run over there. It was still there. They were looking for whoever bought it. So I'm gonna run over there and see about loading it up. But yeah, I'm bummed about my tire. That was stupid. I, after the fact, of course, realized what I should have done. And what I should have done, it's hot in here. What I should have done was, everything's going crazy because it's pouring rain. What I should have done was back up to my natural loading hill, which would have kept the tractor on the trailer downhill towards the truck. And then I could have backed off with the other one. I would have, the one though that was lifting it up would have wanted to slide forward, but I think I could have probably drove the one on the trailer forward a little bit and then backed up and just kept doing that. And then that one would have never rolled into the other one. Although the one I was on could have slid down the hill into the other thing. Would have been nice to have help, but I don't ever have help, so I just do what I can. And this time it cost me a tire. But that is also a tire that is full of thorns from this spring. You remember we patched it to try to get it to hold air, so it's probably not the worst thing in the world that it's going to be replaced now. It would have been nice if I was paying attention what I was doing, and I'm just not with it today, friends. I don't know what it is. When you're overwhelmed with so much stuff that needs done, and you can't get any of it done, that's it. Look at it. I mean, the water in the driveway still from last night. Maybe it's not even really dry enough to cut that yet. I mean, it probably needs to sit out there a while and blow in the wind, because I'm sure the other end of the field is a liquidy mess. But yeah, see, there's a puddle. I'm gonna justify my my bad luck and say we're not really losing time because we couldn't do it anyway. That's what I'm gonna do. All the crops that I planted, they need sprayed bad, but what's a guy do? I mean, if you drive, like if I call them and they drive out there now, they're gonna leave 4-foot ruts through the whole thing. So I guess I'm just gonna have to look the other way for a little bit till we can get some good weather, or till I just can't stand it anymore and they're gonna have to go do it anyway. I don't know. That's our field that has the wet corner up here that we'll have to redo, and there's a pretty good slough through there that didn't come up. We're in this wet corner, but everything else did. I mean, excellent stand of everything, I have to say. It's just the stuff drowns out in places, and that's the way it is. All right, I got my old faithful mower hooked up here, so we need to just grease it. I got the little air inflator inflating the tires. I gotta remember, what did I do with that grease gun the other day? My fancy cordless one. That would really help. I think when we're done with this, we're gonna power wash it up too, because that sound there is the sound of air inflator running out of battery. So we got to get a battery. Oh, I probably shouldn't do this today because it's one of those days. Nothing's going right. This battery's dead too, practically. We'll see if it's got enough oomph to finish us off here. Oh, air inflator, I love you. Come on. 35. We'll see how long that one goes. Spoiler alert, this is the last cutting for this mower as the main mower. I bought a different one, and it should be here anytime. So we'll have a video whenever that happens, because I'll have to pull it home from the dealer in town. So it's not new, but it's something I wanted for years and years. This is a good old mower. I mean, I have to say, it was a game changer when I got it, but it ain't no disbine, you know what I'm saying? And after cutting with Dad's the other day, that made me want a disbine even more. So that's what I got. All right, lots of greasing to do. Those are tight enough. I've found, like with these belts, you don't want them, I don't know what you want to say. You can plug the cutter head and the belts will slip. So if you have them super tight as you can pull them, you'll end up destroying the belts instantly. Whereas if you don't have it quite as tight, it's my experience that you'll usually catch that the cutter bar stops and be able to stop and go again, and the belts are fine. I can't explain that, because you're going to say, well, just tighten them up tight and it'd never slip. Well, that's not true. I've tried that before too. It's not the case. So let's trigger our brain, get the cordless grease gun, and maybe a can of the old chain and cable lube, and spritz down some stuff, and then we'll go. All right, I can't remember all the places. There should be one down here. Trying to remember everything. A lot of it uses sealed bearings. There is one down in here though, I'm sure. Sweet. The first two grease fittings, and I've run out of grease. That's what kind of day it's gonna be. So I gotta go get another tube of grease, and then just work my way around. There's several in the drive line, obviously. And the big one is this cutter head. Make sure it's got some. And then, I mean, a lot of that cutter head is non-greasable sealed bearings, but there is one on the actual pitman of the sickle, and then there's one here up the top for the pivot. And then the driveline ones are big, especially if you're in uneven terrain. You can start smoking them. So it's really a simple machine, and that's why it's going to stay here. It's going to be my backup, and it'll probably end up getting used more than I think, because disc binds are very much labor intensive. But you know, I have people all the time offering for me to come cut hay, you know, and then get part of the hay. And I never do that because I just don't have the time. And then if something tears up, then I'm working on it, trying to hurry. So, you know, maybe if I have two, I'll be able to do some more of that for people, because I definitely could use the hay instead of buying it all full price. So I don't know. It was just something I saw that I could make happen, and I thought it was the time. So grease tube. All right, I think I got it all greased. See, I've even added grease fittings to this to try to make stuff last longer. I'm gonna run it now and spray some stuff on the chains. Run it at an idle. It's ready to go. I don't remember last year that anything was melted down. The year before that we had a bad meltdown. The sickle broke in two and I had to buy a new sickle. That wasn't cheap, but I like it better than a lot of the other places. Aftermarket you could get it. It was a two-piece sickle. You had to bolt it together, and I didn't like that idea. It would have worked, but just seems like one continuous thing would be better than nothing. Also, AGCO wouldn't mail me one continuous sickle. I had to have it shipped to a actual dealership because I don't know why. It came on the same kind of truck that comes to my house, so oh well. All right, gasoline, and then I think we're good to go. Let's give it a go. Let's find out what we're gonna destroy today. We've already destroyed enough. Maybe the sacrificial tire will be enough that we don't have much more sadness. That certainly would be okay. gonna go well, isn't it? because of all of God's creatures that I've sawed through with the hay mower, he finds all kinds of snacks. He's just been going all around, almost every row, checking it out. But we're almost done, so hopefully we can make it. It's starting to get tough towards evening, so hopefully we can finish this little bit without too much more trouble. Well, I should have known that we couldn't get by with just having things work. I mean, we've got like one more round and it quit. So what I'm wondering is, was my gas gauge way wrong and it's totally out of gas? I can't tell. There's gas in there. Maybe there's not enough. That would certainly be the simplest of things. However, it's real cool that it's all the way, you know, out here all by its lonesome. I don't know. We'll take the sediment bowl off and look. But, oh, we don't want to... I tell you, it's what a day. Everything's burning hot now too, so... And we don't have any tools. So, wonderful. There. Boy, the fuel's clean. It's not like it's... Oh, cool. Oops. I got too many things going on. I'm bidding on something online. I'm messing with this. No, we got good fuel flow there. So that ain't it. I suspect that the carburetor needs cleaned because it's been acting goofy. And I'm wondering if it just finally had enough. So dumb. And our battery cable's been causing us problems, so we got that issue too. Oh, I tell you, I'm getting a little ticked off, to be honest. I've had about enough for today. Something ain't right. Let's see what happens. Well, this is fun, isn't it? Isn't it fun? So the answer is no. We can't finish with this, apparently. Ah, that sucks. I don't know what the deal is either. It's getting plenty fuel, so it's got to be in the carburetor. Well, I take that back now. Maybe it's not getting plenty fuel. Maybe it's only getting intermittent fuel. No, that's as clean as can be there. And enough of it. I see my float isn't floating. So, well, no, I take that back. Maybe it really is low on gas. The float's all the way down, but it's so shiny at the bottom I can't tell where the level is. But I think what it's doing is shaking it away. And then if I let it sit here for a little bit, it all right, well, I guess it's time for the long, sad walk. The walk of shame. When it's right here by the road, as far away from the house as we could possibly be. But I'm gonna try to put more gas in it, and I'm gonna hope that that fixes it. Because if it doesn't, I'm not looking forward to whatever else happens. But that is bizarre, because I thought there should be enough in there to do this, although it has been working pretty hard to drive through this muddy mess and cut whatever, so sure. All right, I put a little more gas in it, but I still don't think that's the only issue. I would say more likely some trash has gotten into the carburetor. But we'll see if we can finish. If we could just finish, we can work on it later. Or something, I don't know. It doesn't sound right though. It sounds like it's gonna, I can't describe that if it doesn't come through on camera, but it just doesn't sound like it's getting enough. It'll be just a little bit more than what the mower can take. How did I know? back and get the truck. All right, we're gonna have to take that off and give it an actual cleaning. I think we've already had to do a field cleaning on that once before, a couple years ago while we were doing this. And it was kind of acting up when I was spreading fertilizer, but it kept going, so we'll take it apart and clean it right. I also got other stuff I want to do to it. We're gonna pull the front end off because I'm afraid that the bearings in the thing are going bad, because it looks like it's rubbing on the hubs, and I don't think that's right. So that needs done. We'll probably swap out this hydropower for another one and just try to make it better. But we'll shut this off. Shut the horsey off. Good night, horsey. But anyway, I love to cut hay when stuff works good. When stuff doesn't work good, not so much, but today wasn't too bad. Anyway, I guess we're gonna call this video here. I gotta walk out and get the pickup, but you know, today just did not go my way in a lot of ways, but I did manage to get this done, so that's a win. Of course, we got a lot of stuff we can fix now, just like every day, you know. Every day we do something, we got more stuff we can fix. So that's what we're gonna do. This is where we're gonna leave this one. As always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.